All right, friends, let's take a wild ride back to the year 1969, a time when cars weren't just transportation, they were rolling acid trips on wheels. And speaking of trippy, let me introduce you to the wildest, pinkest, most fabulous mutant ever to roll out of the imagination of a cartoon fever dream: the Panthermobile. That's right, the official car of the Pink Panther himself. And no, you don't drive it. You pose in it, like a velvet-robed lounge singer from outer space. Now I believe only someone who just inhaled a gallon of hairspray and watched too many sci-fi flicks could design something like this. Enter Newt Newton. The man, the myth, the mullet, probably. He teamed up with Bob Reisner and his California show cars crew with custom legends like Dan Woods, Joe Bailon, Bill Hines, aka the lead slinger, and Bill Honda on the tools. This wasn't just a car build, this was a psychedelic Avengers assembly. Underneath all that pink madness, it's based on the chassis of an Oldsmobile Toronado. That's front-wheel drive, folks, even though the 7.0-liter V8 engine was shoved behind the driver. Who needs logic when you've got pink paint and a camera instead of mirrors? Yes, it had a black and white monitor for rear visibility. Safety? Pfft. You were probably too busy sipping martinis in the back. The Panthermobile stretched out to a glorious 23 feet in length, about the size of a small yacht or a really confident ego. The body was metal, painted so pink it made flamingos blush. The driver sat in an open cockpit, which meant you were legally required to wear a helmet and possibly a cape. The passenger compartment? Oh, man. Plush cushions, pink carpeting, a minibar. Basically a Vegas lounge stuffed into the tail of a dragster. This glam beast wasn't just some static showpiece either. It had real screen time in the opening sequence of the original Pink Panther cartoon. That mysterious chauffeur pulling up to Grauman's Chinese theater? That's the Panthermobile, baby. Somewhere between cool and completely unhinged. Over the years, it passed through several owners like some sacred relic of funk. It went up for auction in 2007, looking a little worse for wear, like your uncle's disco suit after a wild weekend. But in 2011, the legends at Galpin Auto Sports in LA, led by Dave Schutten, restored it to its full pink glory. Today, this beast is an icon of 1960s pop culture. I think it represents an era where cars were art, TV was weird, and no one was afraid of a little color, or a lot of it. And honestly, I like that kind of crazy. Hit that subscribe button here on the Technomaniacs channel, where we bring you the most insane, over-the-top rides from history. Like the Panthermobile, the only car where you get in through a side hatch and exit with glitter in your hair. And hey, if you want to see more, or maybe even find out what this monster's selling for today, check out the link in the video description, straight to the official archives and restoration info. Stay groovy, my friends.